We're looking at Oscar, the first human modular prototype that is able to live in various setups. Connect the brain to the heart module to activate the blood circulation. Now, the lung is going to start breathing. You can see both organs are now collaborating. I can add a kidney module. And if I add a limb module, I start actuating the organism to move. Now it's looking for the optimal temperature, which is 37 degrees. If I add another limb, Oscar will recognize it and beneficiate from new possibilities. We're looking at Oscar, the first human modular prototype that is able to live in various setups.
Shalom, shalom. First off, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Yahweh being the true name for Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being named for His only begotten Son, who the world eagerly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, that taught us truth and will well, and citations to hopeful like person's truth and honesty, sincerity. This is Brother Yawasat. Come to now listen to the spirit power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And came across this video, and it's crazy to look at, man. And I've seen a lot of stuff like lab grown meats. They've actually gone to as far as doing like lab grown organs. So this isn't too far fetched as far as seeing this being non-believable. I mean, it could be AI, but I don't know, man. This looks pretty legit, and it's scary to see, man. Esau is making things in a lab, and if you're seeing this at a small scale like this, okay, imagine what you don't see, because their technology and stuff that they invent, all right, the rabbit hole runs pretty deep, but they don't show you everything on camera. Just as like when they first came out with like the Apple phones, and cell phones. The elite had that technology all the way back in like the 60s and 70s, maybe even a little bit earlier. And we always get everything late, so they can, at this point, it's not too far between, not too far fetched to say that they could have legitimate androids walking around breathing organisms, man, behind using this tech. But it's just like I said, there's a slight chance this could be AI. But like I said, it does look very believable, very convincing. But this is what Esau wants to do, man. He wants to play God. Okay. And the Lord is not going to allow this to continue much longer. Because if this guy does create something to be like a full-on, full-fledged being or a person, best believe it's not going to be right. It's something that's going to go berserk, go crazy, and just start offing a lot of people. But this is Esau, man. This is what he wants. This is what he wants to accomplish, man. It's crazy. Like I said, there's a chance it could be AI. I'm watching the video a few times. There's parts of it that look like it could be possibly animated, like right here. But I do know for sure that they have grown like lab-grown organs, and they've even gone as far as trying to, place that in people's bodies in different trials. So this is nuts, man. But I want to get some scriptures that go into this. This is Isaiah 14:12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." You know, that's why the so-called white man has such an obsession with accomplishing certain things like getting to space, you know, and coming out with technology like AI, you know, because this guy wants to be like the Lord, man. He's upset that he didn't get his birthright, you know, which really wasn't his birthright. It belonged to Jacob in the first place. It was ordained to go to him. And he actually sold it, you know. Nothing was stolen from him. He sold his birthright, fair and square, you know, but he's been salty ever since that happened. You know, he's the wicked. So he comes out with all these different technologies, man, trying to play God. He fucks with the animals. You know, he's growing organs in labs, creating lab grown meat. He's doing weather manipulation. He's trying to charter the furthest depths of the ocean. He's trying to go to space. You know, all these things he tries to do, and which he fails at miserably. Yeah, he does manipulate the weather, but it's a terrible job because the process of him doing it, you know, he manipulates, you know, the climates, and it fucks everything up because it's not natural. It's not the way that Yahweh Bashim Yal Shai has a perfection way of doing things. This devil thinks he can artificially do everything the Lord has done. You know, even going into gene therapy and going into modifying DNA to change the look of a child before it's born. All these things, man. And this devil's got to be stopped. Okay. This is 2nd Esdras 8:27 says, "Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions." Okay, so we're not supposed to regard these wicked inventions that this devil comes out with, you know, meaning not support them, you know. And you chew the meat out, you spit out the bones, because there are some things that can be beneficial, you know, such as using a cell phone. Okay, modern day Urim and Thummim. You know, we can get a lot of information. We're doing these lessons from it. But ultimately, you know, stuff like this is what Jacob invented anyway. This is invented by a so-called black man. When I'm prophesying from my phone, man. You know? But this devil is gone way too far. Even to the point like that video we just watched. Notice how to say, hey, it's a possibility it could be AI. It may not be AI at all. Like, it could be 100% real. But this devil's technology with AI is getting so off the chain, off the charts. It's getting very difficult to determine whether something is an AI video or not now. You know, people are up in age that's not really hip to technology too well can get completely convinced by AI. Like they don't know how to tell the difference. Like the videos just look 100% real to them. It takes somebody that really watches a few AI videos to see and look for subtle things like, you know, such as the hands being fucked up. Look at the background. And there's multiple people in AI videos. You know, the computer can't keep up with making sure that everything is animated the right way. So you'll have like some distorted faces like in the background or something like that if there's more than one person. You know, some parts of the scene may go a little bit blurry. You can see some of the computer square glitch, you know, white noise a little bit in some of them, but most part they're getting so advanced it's very hard to distinguish. You know, but this is part of the things that this devil is doing. I'm trying to be like the Most High, man. This is 2nd Esdras 13:37. It says, "And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto me." Okay, so these wicked inventions is going to be the downfall of this devil. They're going to begin to be tormented by him. You know, they've already lost control of the internet. They think they can control AI, but it's getting out of control at this point. Some of these robots and stuff that they're making, like you got Tesla robots and stuff. The Lord's just going to allow demons just to hack those things, man. And inanimate objects can literally get possessed too. Go watch that movie Annabelle or read the story about it, about that demon doll. There's a demon that's possessed that doll, man. People touch it, stare at it for too long, they wound up missing or dead. So there are spirits out there, and this devil thinks he's doing something and creating something, but he's just opened up a vessel for a huge possession to happen for a lot of people to get unalived. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right, man? We're not ignorant of his devices. There's a wicked reason why he's creating, stuff like that or trying to do that. He's not doing it for righteousness' sake. And this devil wants to weaponize everything. That's what he's all about. So there could be some type of use. He wants to make a robot with flesh, to deceive a lot of people and to have some type of military applications. How he's going to use it, right now, I can't tell you, but as we continue to watch and these times that's approaching, we shall see. And it's not going to be good. This is Isaiah 32:7. It says, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Okay, so the instruments also of the churl are evil. And you look at that word churl, it says an impolite and mean-spirited person. Okay, so this devil Esau Edom is naturally a evil-spirited person, man. Okay, his instruments that he's creating, they're evil. He does not have any good intentions with these things, man. It says he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, right? He invented AI, to create another technology called deep fakes, so he can frame, the Lord's men to justify and get public support on putting us to death. He's going to set up a false flag event, and he's going to frame, a lot of brothers for mischief that he's doing. Okay, to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. So we are the needy, we speaketh right, but he wants to destroy us. We represent the poor, because we're not of the world, so we don't have, the worldly fame and notoriety and riches. So he looks to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. So you can't trust this devil, man. His schemes are evil. But the Lord is on his way back, man, to put a stop to all of this. So we're getting ready to see heavy judgment pretty soon, because you see how bad it's getting. So with that, those of us lessons edify. I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, that taught us the truth that we're well, and citation to hold that person's truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.